So, sir, me and Munchkin have lived in this house for the last 6 months, just the two of us. And as great as that is, I feel like lately we've both been feeling a little bit lonely. Like, maybe it's time to invite someone else to live in our home with us. Where are you going? I think it's time to make a change. What do you think? Hello? What do you think? Do you think it's time? You're silly!
And now a word from our sponsors.
Before we get into it, I just wanted to thank the sponsor of this video, ImView. On ImView, I've been designing different avatars of myself to match myself in different settings in real life. For example, this is me lounging around the house in my virtual world, and this is me lounging around the house in my real life world. We have the same outfit. This is what I would wear if I was going out on a cute little date for Valentine's Day or something. And this is what I'd wear if I was going to the animal shelter or something. I don't know. This app is also really cool because you can go shopping for your character and you can join chat groups and make friends. If you're interested, you can download ImView for free and find me in the app at Stephi Lee and follow me there. Thank you again, ImView, for sponsoring this video. Over and out. We have an appointment at the local animal shelter to meet a 7-year-old corgi named Stumpy. And I don't know if Stumpy will be a good fit. They said he's very scared and shy. We're gonna go see in person what we think, and if Stumpy's not a good fit, I'll probably ask them if I can meet some of the other dogs, because this shelter has so many dogs in it. But yeah, hopefully soon Munchkin will have a friend. You wanna go for a ride to the shelter? You wanna get a brother? Or a sister? You want Stumpy? I really like him. I think I'm gonna take him home. Stumps, come here. You sweet boy. Come here. Come on. This is Stumps. Hold on. This is Stumpy, my new child. That's you, yeah. He's a 7-year-old corgi mix. He was put in the shelter after his old owners, who were elderly, couldn't take care of him anymore. And he apparently had a really hard time in the shelter. He was in there for 2 months, and they said that he was just hiding in the corner. He wasn't really eating. He wouldn't socialize with the other dogs, and he was just hunched over, growling, scared. Understandably. I mean, if I was with a family my whole life and then they just dropped me off in a big, scary, loud shelter, I would be the same. I get it, man. I get it. The reason he was in there so long was because the whole shelter got canine influenza. He's tested negative for that now, but he's still got a little bit of a cough. I've been wanting to get another dog for a while. I just have been hesitant because I was nervous about the added responsibility. But I've wanted to get another dog just so that Ollie has a friend, because he's a very social dog, and I feel like he gets a little bit lonely here with just me around. So I wanted to get him a pal. So I was browsing the animal shelter website one night and I saw Stumpy. I don't know what compelled me to email the shelter, but I emailed them and I asked if I could come see him, and they said I could the next day. So I came to see him, and he was super shy. He was hiding behind the volunteer the whole time. He wouldn't let me pet him for like probably 10 or 15 minutes, and then he finally let me scratch his head. I had Ollie in the van with me when I went to go see Stumpy, so I brought Ollie out and they introduced the dogs, and they got along so well. Ollie was so good. He was such a good boy, and Stumps was such a good boy. And so I told them that I will take him, and so I adopted little Stumpers. And I brought him home, and Ollie showed him all the good potty spots around the yard. We brought him into the house, and he was just running from room to room like, what is this place? I'm sure it was a huge change from the shelter. For the first few hours of him being here, he wouldn't really go near me. I think he was still a little bit nervous. But eventually he crawled into my lap and I gave him belly rubs, and he's been following me around, being a little cuddle bug ever since. He really is the sweetest, most cuddly boy. Over the last week, he's just been settling in and getting more comfortable, and I think he's starting to get used to things and adjust to his new life. He's been very good. He's just so sweet. Like, that's the best way to describe him. He's just really, really sweet. And he loves belly rubs and cheese, and he loves playing outside.
Sunrise in West Virginia, sleep talking on the front porch, running barefoot to a creek. We learned to drive the van, then we had to hide it from the fishermen. 2 French braids made believing, like my own sister. Our souls weave together, beaded bracelets I won't forget. Friends forever. Counting up our crawdads, both of us 8 years.
Come here. No. You look like a baby fox. Is this your chicken? Get him. Are you happy? Do you like your new brother? Silly, silly boy. You are just too silly for this world. Those some good boys. Are you hungry? Should we make some food?
We were together, that made it alright. Like my own sister, our souls weave together, beaded bracelets I won't forget. Friends forever, like my own sister, our souls weave together, beaded bracelets I won't forget. Friends forever.
Come on. Up here.
Nobody's road.
Come here. Yay, you made it.
Both of us went our own way. Our hearts had never changed, 'cause we got our cabin.
I can't have children because of cystic fibrosis, so my dogs and my plants are my children. And I wouldn't want it any other way because human children are fucking annoying anyway. Right? Yeah, we hate kids, but we love dogs. Just kidding, we don't hate kids. We just strongly dislike kids. In the past, I've always been a little bit hesitant to consider adopting an older dog because I knew that like their life's gonna be much shorter and it'll be sad to have to let them go. But the more I thought about it and the more I read some articles and Reddit posts about it, I realized how rewarding adopting an older dog can be. With Stumps here, for example, he's 7, so he might have 5 years or so left because smaller dogs live longer than bigger dogs. But the point is that he doesn't have to live out the rest of his life stuck in a shelter or a bad home. He gets to live the rest of his life being loved and spoiled and comfortable. I think adopting dogs is so important, and it's so important not to get dogs from breeders because there are so many dogs without homes, so many dogs in the shelters, so many dogs that get put down in the shelters because they're so full. Stumpy is from the Humane Society. Ollie, aka Munchkin, came from a family who couldn't take care of him off Craigslist. My family's dog, Buka, came from a shelter up in Vermont. There's so many sweet dogs that need homes, just like Stumps. What would we do without him? We'd be lost without him. I grew up with so many animals. My mom was the type of person who would go to the shelter just for fun and would always come home with a new animal. And my dad was always a little bit pissed off about it, but then he got used to it. Growing up, we had so many dogs and cats and guinea pigs and horses, and I feel like in some ways I'm just turning into my mom. I just want to have all the animals and build my own little farm, my dog farm. I would love to get like goats and stuff someday too. Probably not anytime soon because I'm not really set up for that yet, but that would be a dream, to just have like a whole farm with goats and alpacas and chickens and dogs and cats. Someday I would love to rescue all the animals. We've been sleeping in the living room. It's really fun. It feels like a little slumber party. I pulled my mattress out here and have a bunch of blankets. I'm redoing the bedroom. I attempted to paint a mural on the wall this week. It's not going well, but I haven't given up yet. I just am trying to think of a new idea because I painted it once. I just didn't like it, so I painted over it with a different scene. I didn't like that either, so now I'm gonna paint over it again, hopefully for the last time, and then maybe it'll be good. Look at these boys. They're happy. Anyways, okay, bye.